Old Orchard Beach used to be nice. There's wild Canadians coming down. Cutting loose. They think that LL Bean is their Giorgio Armani. Canadian. They're like, oh, honey, put on some Bean tonight. I'm wearing Bean right now.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
You first talk to them there, trying to figure out stuff. Maybe they want to see your real face before they do anything.
Let's not show me your face.
That's it.
All right. What's happening? What's good with you? Hey, everybody. A&B show. Brad and Sean live from the rainy PNW. Maybe you can hear the rain falling. Happy to be back with you. Sorry we missed a week. I was in Mexico. I didn't have any Wi-Fi.
I had no excuse.
And Sean decided no Brad, no show. So
yeah. I mean, can you blame me, though? I mean, this is a very good-looking man.
I don't think anyone blames you, to be honest with you. But
a very good-looking man to the right of me. I need him to keep me on point because sometimes I will ramble. I will just ramble.
Yeah, I think you could have a podcast where you just talk to yourself for an hour.
I could, but I think it would just all be nonsense.
It would be. But you'd also set one of those old kitchen timers so that you would know it'd been an hour. Otherwise, it would be,
What, I'd have dementia already? What are you talking about?
Maybe. Who knows?
Oh, my goodness.
Who knows?
Man. So, you know what, today, because,
it's not haircut day, I'll tell you that.
It definitely isn't. Yeah, the beard's going a little crazy.
It's about to be, needs to be haircut day.
Yeah, it's definitely coming up. Yeah. But, I decided to open up a little Washington favorite here, a little 14 hands. Enjoying this today. Brad comes in. We're going to talk a little sports.
Mental Health Awareness Day. Hope you guys are taking care of your mentals, taking care of your chicken. That's what Marshawn likes to say.
Mm-hmm. Hey. All right, we got lots to get into. We got the NHL opening up. Andre Vasilevsky injury. We've talked about Week 5. We got to talk about the upcoming Week 6.
Are you in mourning about the very first coach from the Toronto Raptors passing away today?
You know what? I did not follow that. I was looking at really following the NHL and a couple things there.
Surprise.
Who passed away?
Brendan Malone.
Wow. The very first head coach, too, of the Toronto Raptors. That is shocking, actually.
He's 81. Isn't that shocking?
Yeah, it's a little shocking. I mean...
81? Yeah, that's a good life.
It's a good life, but it's not Betty Davis. Or Betty White, not Betty Davis. Oh, my goodness.
It's like I was going to say. Betty White's a better role out there.
Betty White. Hey, getting to the point there. Major League Baseball in full swing.
Yeah.
My Blue Jays, so I just saw a meme that the people out in Toronto put out that they're worse than the Maple Leafs, the Blue Jays. But I want to point out that the Leafs won games at least, okay, in the playoffs. Yeah.
Can we just do away with the wild card at this point?
No, I love the wild card. I think
it's terrible.
Great. You really don't like it,
or just have it be one game.
No, I like this. I really do.
Terrible. It's
this is interesting.
Baseball.
It's great. You have a chance. I mean, we have not yet seen the best of 3, but it gives you that chance. It's
Sweep City.
Yeah, if you're the Jays going into Minnesota.
For everybody. There wasn't anyone that won.
No one won. But Tampa, I mean, come on.
Sweeps all over the place.
Tampa getting handed it to them by Texas. And then Texas is now handing it to the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, we were saying that Texas was running out of gas. And here they are.
Got refilled.
I'm telling you, the tank got filled up and they're just going, they're going in overdrive right now.
Yeah. Maybe all the way to the World Series.
You were talking something about.
If you didn't see last night, this is why it's the greatest time to be watching sports. Last night I was all over the place. I was watching, I can't pronounce his last name very well. Victor Wembanyama, or whatever his name is. The first pick from the Spurs.
From the Spurs.
Him and Chet Holmgren going at it. And I was watching Monday Night Football and that travesty, that quarterback situation in Oakland, and we'll get to that in a minute. But in Green Bay is terrible. But then in Atlanta and Philadelphia, the baseball game, we saw an ending that we'll never see. So and they're down. Philadelphia's down. They got a guy on first base, Bryce Harper, right?
Right.
And I think it's Alex Brome, maybe he's up to bat, and just laces one to center field, just dead nuts center. So Bryce Harper takes off right. He's going to try to score the run, and the guy at center dives into the wall, makes an incredible catch, and turns and throws the ball wild, just willy-nilly trying to get it back into the infield. Bryce Harper turns around and sprinting like a madman back to
get
first
back
base.
to first, yeah.
The throw is so wild it misses the cutoff man, right? It bounces through his glove. The third baseman was running over towards the pitcher's mound, covered it, picked it up, and threw Bryce Harper out by a step. Unbelievable.
Wow.
So it went from like, he muffed the cutoff guy. It's unbelievable. You gotta watch it. Folks, if you haven't seen it, go look at it. It's fantastic.
This is Atlanta, Philadelphia.
This
is crazy because of divisional rivals.
Yeah, it's
playing the DS.
Fantastic baseball.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll ever see a baseball game in like that.
Yeah.
But let alone like what you just said, right? Division rivals in the playoffs. Like it was.
Oh, unbelievable.
Man.
I mean, so the Rangers and the Orioles. Orioles having probably one of the best seasons in Major League Baseball for themselves. And to be probably swept out of this whole entire thing is
you have to wonder about Tampa if they would have been at full strength, if they would have been further.
Oh, man, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to know that. The thing is that I think Texas learned their lessons throughout this, and you got to face Seattle and Houston going down the stretch at the end. I think that's what just
got them going.
Yeah, that put them together. I mean, at that point, now you made.
Well, even just look at to that point, right? Houston or Arizona had to do the same thing.
Right.
Absolutely. And now you're watching what Arizona's is walking in, dismantling the Dodgers. A 6-run first, and then they go right into the next game and we're at 3-run.
But it's
first.
fitting. It's fitting though.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it's fitting. And the thing is that when's the last time Arizona won a World Series?
Actually, they won 5 games in a row now in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
And get this, first time that they've won. The last time they won 5 games in a row was in 2002
when they won the
World Series.
When they won it all, and that was with Kurt Schilling and Seattle's favorite son there, Randy Johnson. Yeah. Like unbelievable legends bringing that first World Series, and it would be nice to see them do something like that again.
Yeah, great.
You know what
else I learned though? This is dumb. In baseball, if you have less than 130 at bats in the season, you're still considered a rookie the next year.
Yeah. I found that out too, and it is weird that you have to have 130 at bats in order not to be considered a rookie
the following year. Yeah.
I mean, it can happen, but the thing is,
it happened last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Corbin Carroll for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So I figured it out.
If you go up and down, right?
He's an all-star this year as a rookie, but he played last year. I was like, that can't be right. Sure enough.
Yeah.
130 at bats. The more you know. Just when you thought you knew it all.
Confusing baseball. Exciting baseball.
I thought hockey had dumb rules. Anyway.
Wow. Okay. All right.
As we jump in.
Hey. All right. We're into week 5. Just happened.
Week 5 just happened, yeah.
I wanted to bring something up to you, Brad. This is something I wanted to bring up because I was actually listening to the episode and I realized something. So try to pull a fast one on everybody. No, actually, I really think that you did your research. I just don't think that you expected Mr. Irrelevant to still be relevant going into week 6. Because I remember you stating that it was Sam Darnold's show to take over by week 4.
I did say that, yeah.
And here we are now going into week 6, and Brock Purdy, who I noticed is on your team, by the way. I noticed you picked him up. Yeah. But he's out there, and on your fantasy football team, Brad picked up the man he said was not going to be playing. So I don't know if he was playing a little. He was playing a little possum here to go after him.
I said that in the preseason. I will say that in my defense. I said that in the preseason. I am wrong. Brock Purdy looks to be successful. Yeah. What do you do? Until this week, he wasn't even throwing George Kittle.
3 all of a sudden.
Yeah.
3 all of a sudden.
Which just happened to coincide with me benching George Kittle this week, so. Congratulations.
Unbelievable
is right.
But I just wanted to bring that up because, I mean, there's plenty to get to.
Yeah.
Plenty to get to here.
What was your surprise of week 5? And
what was my
surprise? Don't say it was the Bills losing.
Well, I was going to bring that up, my friend, but
you can bring it up, but that's not your surprise.
That is not my surprise. So,
what's your surprise of week 5?
Of week 5, honestly, was the Bears, and just give me a moment.
The Commanders.
This is terrible.
You're still on Yahoo or Bing or whatever you're using.
Just acting up, but Bears Commanders 40-20. So, Justin Fields the week before, which we took the time off, was up huge on Denver.
Yeah.
And he looked great. And it wasn't his fault. but Denver ended up fighting and coming back and winning.
Yeah.
So I think that was just a pissed off Justin Fields against that Washington Commanders team, and it was a big surprise because I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting 40 points.
Yeah.
And now it's like, what am I looking at? Am I going to be looking at somebody that's going to be trying to do this again? Because that's like now 2 straight weeks of really good Justin Fields play.
Yeah, hard to say. They lost a couple running backs in that ordeal too, so that's, we'll see how their offense runs off of that. I don't really know what to make of them right now. Heads or tails. Who didn't do well this week after doing well the week before, to your point, was the Denver Broncos.
No.
So I don't know if you read this or if
Yeah.
you caught this. I had some downtime, so I was, I didn't have great. I couldn't run video, but I could read a lot.
Right.
You know that going into the week, Denver was taking phone calls on all their defensive players to trade them out, and they had said if they lost to the Jets, they were going to start taking phone calls on their receivers and stuff. Start trading with a deadline coming up on October 31st.
Yeah.
What's the likelihood that I think Russell makes it unless they decide to eat that contract and pay it?
Right.
But they trade his weapons off, right? And they're just reloading picks for the year.
I mean,
At this point,
you don't really have a chance. I mean,
that team's embarrassing.
it's the same thing could be said about the Raiders as well. It's like, do you start letting go Devontae Adams because you don't got a chance?
Yeah. Well, Devontae's still at least signed for a couple of years.
Yeah, but what a great trade that would be to get some picks back.
You got
over
Max
here.
Crosby. I mean, they're not far off. They're like a quarterback away from being. I think that Oakland, that Las Vegas is a coaching change away from being good.
Yeah,
Josh McDaniels is a terrible coach.
I
He's
hate
so
to say,
terrible.
I hate to say terrible coach because they had Gruden, they lost Gruden, they got now Josh McDaniels. I mean, honestly, the Raiders are
There's
their own
so
worst
much
enemies.
talent on that team.
They're their own worst enemy. You hire the wrong coach. The wrong coach comes in, makes a dumb trade, like Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
dumb trade, and it just keeps going. I mean, they
Josh
are
McDaniels
what
is
they
terrible.
are. It's bad news, and honestly, Devontae Adams deserves better. Quite honestly,
Yeah, 4 targets.
Yeah.
In on a Monday night game against his old team.
Justin Jefferson deserves better, and he's going to be injured.
You know what's interesting about that? I don't know that Justin Jefferson plays the rest of this year.
Why do you say that? That's interesting.
So they're not really in contention, right? They have. I don't remember their record's 1-4. Is that right?
No, you remember correctly. Yeah.
A little bit of chatter now. That Kirk Cousins maybe gets traded before the 31st, right?
We were talking about that.
That's
yeah.
picking up some steam.
Yeah.
Now he's on IR because it's hamstring.
And the thing is that the Jets. I mean, look at it. The Jets are now 3-2.
Yeah.
So if you were to get that quarterback, you
Yes.
got all the
A
pieces.
serviceable quarterback.
Exactly. You got
Kirk
all the
Cousins,
pieces,
so to speak.
Exactly. You got all the pieces to make something happen there.
Right? But
So-
if you're Justin Jefferson and you wanted that big contract in the offseason and you didn't get it,
Yeah, I would probably say that.
you're
too.
Jonathan Taylor in it, right?
Yeah.
Because Jonathan Taylor went on PUP and then he signed a big deal the day he
Yeah.
could come off, and then all of a sudden he could play.
Yeah.
Right.
I would probably do the exact same thing.
So
But I
Justin
mean,
Jefferson's probably done for the year.
we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, it would probably make sense for him
Financially.
like longevity speaking as well, right? So
Yeah.
it would make sense. Interesting.
Fascinating to watch the business take over the NFL a little bit more in the last couple of years.
No, but I think that it's essential, especially for players, for the organization.
No disagreement. It just we're seeing it play out. Before, I think it was happening, and we just weren't hip to it.
Yeah, I think that
Where now-
social media, it's made everything, the world much smaller as far as just being
Yeah.
able to be
Yeah.
in places like that. So, having said that was my biggest surprise. The second biggest surprise then, which wasn't a surprise. I mean, Jaguars got to spend a whole week in London.
Oh, that's the story you're gonna go with.
Just wait. The Bills fly in on Friday.
Yeah.
Why not go in Thursday? Why not go in Wednesday?
Why do like Harbaugh didn't go in the day after the Sunday game, so you have the whole week.
just be there and get acclimated. And then the storylines coming out with the Bills, where it was basically they were already working their angle of we're tired. You know what I mean? Like that was the angle that they were working.
Yeah.
So it's like they already knew that they were going to go out there flat.
Yeah.
And it just
It's unfortunate they lost 3 starters to injury on defense.
yeah.
Season-ending injury.
Yeah. But it's not a bad defense still. That's the thing.
No, I agree.
It's not a bad
as
defense.
deep. That's the problem when it comes to the cold months and when it comes to the playoffs.
But if you're coming in
Depth
flat,
matters.
You're coming in flat. You're not putting your 100%, which they didn't.
No.
They didn't. And that's what you're going to get. And then the worst, though, I think, out of it all is that they kind of accepted it.
Yeah.
And that's not, I mean, no matter what, like, that's a bad look. It's like, well, I mean, we were tired. It's like, yeah, it's the NFL. And yeah, they had, you were considered the home team, even though they had the rest really in being there.
They could have had the same rest.
Exactly. I don't understand why the front office just didn't make the moves for that.
The excuse falls on deaf ears for me.
Yeah.
That's not a real thing.
Bill Belichick and his New England Patriots. Is it time to pull the plug on these guys? They are terrible.
I don't know what to make of it.
They're terrible.
I mean, I know, we've said offline, Bill Belichick's a terrible GM. Right? I think he's still a good coach. He's just a terrible GM.
He makes bad calls on that GM line, I think, all the time.
Same thing with Sean Payton.
Like,
right?
You can see this now. If it wasn't for Tom Brady, I think half those calls that he was doing he wouldn't get away with. And so now you have Mac Jones, and I think it's being exploited.
Well, I don't disagree that Mac Jones isn't a great quarterback, but he's a serviceable quarterback. And I think, as I listen to the talking heads and watch some of this all 22 film, right, and watch those games and and put them all together, like Mac Jones doesn't have time to throw the ball and his receivers don't have separation. No one's gonna win in that situation. Like this, it isn't all on Mac Jones. He also doesn't have a running game.
No, it's
so
Elliott way beyond.
This isn't a Mac Jones problem, right? This is not.
But Mac Jones cannot get them. Usually you can look at Tom Brady.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Who makes wide receivers?
Listen, Mac Jones.
Like who is Wes Welker? Who is Amendola? Who are these guys?
A lacrosse player and a quarterback.
Exactly,
I'm not disagreeing with you. But what I'm saying is that he's not the problem.
Right.
Mac Jones isn't the problem. If Mac Jones is on the Jets right now, the Jets aren't looking to bring in Kirk Cousins.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know.
Because he can manage the game with that defense and with those skill players. I think Mac Jones is fine.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying, and the thing is that he has huge shoes to fill because you're filling a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
But I think he moved off of Cam Newton way too quickly, Bill Belichick. You should have kept Cam in there. Should have. He's a dual threat.
Bill and Cam are never going to get along.
I know that because Cam is too much of an individual, and Bill has a very tidied, uniformed, tidy way of playing football. It's very Johnny Unitas-like.
Bill, yeah. The same reason why Cam could never play for Nick Saban.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
Anyways, so the Saints stomped all over them.
Smoked them.
All over them. Now we got the Colts and the Titans. And the thing is, we saw world beaters the week before with the Titans.
Yeah.
And then the Colts lose Richardson. Should they just go with Minshew? Just keep Minshew in there.
Minshew is the quintessential backup in that he will win you 3 games, but he will lose you 3 games if you let him play 6.
You know what I love about this guy, though? Is that he's the backup who thinks he's a starter. Yeah, that too. He's the backup who thinks he's a starter.
But that's what you want.
That's exactly it.
He's the guy, like Bill Polian, right? The famous GM from the Colts back in the day said you always want to have a backup that thinks he's a starter and a guy who could win you 3 games, but would only win you 3 out of 6 games.
Right.
Because if he could win you 6, if he could win you 6 games, he should be a starter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I hear you.
But he can't. He can only win you 3. That's why he's your backup, right? He's the guy that's just holding the fort together.
Hey, man, but you know what?
But Minshew's a great backup.
Yeah.
Right? It's a great career. We should knock him. He has great value for that team.
No, and the Colts are doing fine. Doing well.
The same thing, argument can be said the same thing for Drew Lock, right? He's a great backup right now. Geno Smith gets hurt on Monday Night Football. They come in and they have one of the best drives of the year.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Right?
But you're not going to put the ball into Drew Lock's hand.
No, but Drew, I have any doubts that if something happened to Geno and Drew Lock had to play 2 games, we would win those 2 games.
Yeah, but you also have one of the best wide receiving cores.
Yeah, and a good running game. And I'm saying, yes, but he could win 2 games.
Yeah. I'm starting to see it in Seattle.
But a whole year of Drew Lock is not good.
I'm starting to see in Seattle the same sort of building blocks that went into the 49ers. Like, I'm starting to see that happen.
Yeah, that 49ers team is something.
Oh, it's crazy. But the Seahawks are doing it back again. Anyways, we'll get back to that.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
We'll get back to that.
Okay.
Let's talk about that Ravens. I was watching that game, the Ravens-Steelers game. What an unbelievable defensive. Remember I said that this is how the Steelers are going to win their games?
Yeah.
It's through defense and then one plucky play with Pickens to Pickens at the end.
Yep.
And then why in the world would you not just go for the points as a Baltimore Ravens there instead of going for the 4th down?
I don't know.
You know?
It was the second dumbest thing I saw all weekend. You know what the dumbest thing was?
No, tell me.
I want to forget who they were playing. Miami was playing. The University of Miami was playing somebody. Virginia Tech, maybe. I'll look it up while I'm telling you the story. And
Listen here, buddy. You come onto this program, okay?
I know. Well,
we
weren't going to talk about college football because you don't
better.
like college football.
I don't mind college football, but now I just saw Dion get smoked in that other game. I'm like, okay, I'm out.
I knew it. Fucking knew it. And so Dion, to speak of Dion's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And doing it well.
He is. He's amazing.
Miami was playing Georgia Tech.
Okay,
Sorry,
Georgia Tech.
One of the Tech schools.
That's a big difference between Virginia Tech and Georgia Tech.
And they have a chance to run the clock out.
Yeah.
All they do is take a knee.
Who's that, Georgia Tech?
No, Miami. They're up.
Okay. All right.
They're up by 3 points.
Yeah.
They just take a knee. They decide to run a play. Guess what happens? Fumble.
They decided to try to go for it again there.
And guess what happens? Recovered by the defense. It goes the other way. Walk-off touchdown. They lose by 3.
That's the problem right now in today's NFL, though. Everybody's so risky.
The knee.
Exactly. Everybody's so risky. Take the knee. Take the field goal. Take the points.
Take the points.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, right? It's your Blue Jays all over again.
Take the points.
Why are you taking Barrios out in the 4th? The analytics said so.
Yeah. Yeah.
He hadn't allowed to run.
It's ridiculous.
The kid's hot.
That's it.
Leave him in.
Yeah.
Oh, analytics said we should use the bullpen.
That's terrible.
Leave him in.
Especially when you don't even get credited for the win. You don't even get credited for the win at that point either.
No, let him run it out.
And our bullpen.
He hadn't given up.
Why are you doing this? This is some PTSD crap. Our bullpen stinks. Stinks.
Analytics stinks.
Oh my gosh.
Analytics stinks.
All right, then we had the Panthers and the Lions. And let's face it, the Lions right now are legit NFC North. Like, I don't see them having a problem winning that division.
As long as they stay healthy.
And being, yeah, exactly. Exactly. But the thing is that they have some depth. They're well coached.
Yeah.
They look good. And I know you're not a Jared Goff fan, but Jared Goff has become a team player.
I am a Jared Goff fan. I just think he's dumb.
Okay. I do forget about that. I have to separate. Because
I can separate. He's a good football player.
Because he's not Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No.
Who's from Harvard.
No. Listen, I watched him on video. They asked him where the sun sets, and he didn't know.
Listen, man, because it's NFL IQ, okay? It's football IQ. It's
sure.
not IQ.
I'm just saying he's dumb.
No.
He's from California. He should know that the sun sets in the west. It's not like he's...
Why should he know that?
Everyone should know.
No, I disagree.
Sean.
If you're a professional athlete, you're probably not going to school.
You should still know where the sun sets.
All right. Honestly, that's completely a fallacy. All right. Obviously, most of you have great degrees, doctors.
They're not listening
lawyers.
to this podcast, so they have great degrees.
That's exactly it.
Listen, I can promise you right now that there's not a surgeon doing some kind of surgery with this podcast.
Oh my goodness!
Can you imagine it?
What is he talking about?
Can you imagine it? Like what?
What is he talking about? Do you know that football paid my scholarship to go to med school? You pompous ass. All right, but still. Hey, here's the promise that I made. You agree with me, and it's just still happening. Texans, Falcons. 19 points, 21 points. I said it. These guys are going to be fighting right to the end of a football game. It's must-watch football.
Yep, it is.
There is nothing bad about the Houston Texans.
The Houston Texans are fun to watch.
I called it. I said it. They look great. What's wrong in New York for the Giants? What is wrong there?
I don't even know where to start.
How does the wheels fall off so badly from last season to this season?
I don't know. I think it's got to be culture. It's got to be how they treat their players. It's got to be how they
Everybody was touting
manage.
about Brian Dable last season, and now he's going to look like a heel.
Yeah,
It's like,
maybe he's not it.
yeah, maybe it was too soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got lightning in the bottle and the cork popped out.
Now the Dolphins lost Achane in that game.
Yep.
Well, Mostert's still going.
You know that the Dolphins have 9 of the 10 fastest GPS chip times on the field this week.
It's unbelievable. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Fast.
Tyreek Hill and
fast.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill, Mostert, Tayalova, and I forgot their other wide receiver right now. It's not his name isn't coming to me. Come on,
Jalen Waddle.
oh, unbelievable! I mean,
Stud.
just so fast, so quick,
so good.
Like, I don't know how you're supposed to stop him. I mean, the Bills did, but that's really it. I mean, and then I guarantee you, now going into Miami, it's probably not going to be as friendly for Buffalo going in there, playing that game. No.
Let's get to week 6.
Well, let's wait. I do want to talk just a couple of things.
One more thing? We have
A couple
something
more
else to
things. So we saw the Bengals win. We know that against the Cardinals. That was no problem. Eagles keep their winning ways.
Yeah.
Jets beat the Broncos.
People keep saying that the Eagles are the best team in the league, and I just can't see it.
I mean, right now, how can you disagree with that? Until they lose.
Because I watched the 49ers play?
Yeah, until they lose. Yeah, but the thing is that until they meet each other, right now, I mean, yeah. And that's the other thing. That was the thing I wanted to get to. So the Chiefs win.
I think we're splitting
We know
hairs.
the Raiders win, but the Niners. Let's just talk about this, because this is what I want to talk about. The Niners handled the Cowboys, handled them, defensively and offensively. They handled their business there on Sunday night. Prescott gets picked 3 times. That defense, I mean, I don't care. So what? You have Trayvon Diggs who's out, and Stephon Gilmore is your number 2, acting as your number 1. But you're going to tell me that Micah Parsons, all those guys, couldn't do anything to stop that 49ers run and pass? It's unbelievable.
I agree.
That is the team. And I told you that right in the beginning. I go, that is the most complete football team going into this season. As far as every piece that is in place, that team is complete. And it's going to be a difficult team to face week in and week out.
Separate your shoulder, patting yourself on the back so much today.
I'm just stating facts. I'm just stating facts.
I didn't disagree with you.
Got Barry Horowitz again, right over here. That's right.
References so old.
You got it though. So.
Yeah, because my grandpa used to watch him. Can you imagine if you're Jerry Jones right now and you're watching what Dak Prescott's doing on the field and realizing that you have to pay him $60 million?
Yeah, but did you hear what he said in his radio show there just this week?
Tell me.
He said that is his quarterback of the future.
Yeah. He also traded for Trey Lance.
Yeah, I know. I know he did. And I'm telling you,
are you going to believe
he's hedging his bets? This is a guy hedging his bets right now.
Actions or words?
No, because he can say whatever he wants. And he can say, I reserve the right to change my mind at any point.
100%.
And so if Dak Prescott keeps playing like that, Trevor Lance takes over. Trey Lance takes over Dallas.
He'll change the name of Trevor if he gets a start.
That's exactly it. I'm sorry. All right. Let's get into this. Do you have the stats? Do you have the spreads up there?
I do.
All right, perfect. So let's just go with the Thursday night game, which, by the way, I mean, at least we get to see the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Do you think that Kelsey's playing?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Short and weak.
Yeah.
He's
It's a division game.
Gonna take a shot.
It's got
Put some tape.
time on after this.
You know, is it? I mean, it's a division game, but I mean, it doesn't have that feel. You know, going into.
Oh, it does.
You think?
Oh yeah, AFC West is that way. It's got a feel for it. It's at home. Up 10 days off after this.
Yeah.
He'll play.
So
10.5 points is the spread.
wow. Now I have not seen.
So-
I have not seen Kansas City take any. Like I know that what the spread is 10.5. I haven't seen them do double digits in somebody yet.
No, they're due.
They are, and this could be the team to do it.
Yes. And I don't want it to come across that I'm a Russell Wilson hater because I'm really not.
You say that every week.
I know, but like
Every week you say
I
that.
know, but that's what I'm trying to say.
And I'm just like, I don't know if I believe you.
You know, as I became a Seahawks fan in my early years, right, in my 4 and 5 year old self, being from Seattle, right, so 40 something years ago when I became a Seahawks fan, Seattle was an AFC West team,
Right.
and so were the Denver Broncos.
Right.
I've hated the Denver Broncos for 40 years.
For a long time.
So this gives me great pleasure. The fact that it's Russell is just dressing.
I think that you are somehow making a point to just put accelerant on your fire of your jersey burnings of Russell
I haven't
Wilson.
burned a jersey. I
Stop
also
it.
never.
Of Russell Wilson.
Listen,
Every time that you mention
never
about how
burned a
horrible he's
jersey.
doing, you are putting accelerant on that fire. You are just, you're getting ready for it at the end of the season.
I never even. We don't get anything else out of this. Like now it's just done. Like I feel bad for the guy.
No, you're like dancing there. It's like,
Doing the Carlton.
yeah.
Chiefs big. How say you?
Yeah, I can't go against that. I say 2 touchdowns.
The next one on my list is Seattle visiting Cincinnati, and Cincinnati giving 3 points.
Here's the thing. The 2 things can happen from a bye week. Either you come back, you're fresh and rested and ready to go, or you come back and you're just your time is a little off. So I'm wondering what we're going to see out of...
Pete Carroll generally is good off the bye.
Yeah, usually. So I'm thinking to myself, you got guys that'll lick at the chops, get out there. They're 3-1. You know, understanding that the Bengals win, they're back at 500.
Yeah, Joe Burrow look healthy.
Yeah.
You know, they look like they finally got it going.
Yeah.
Still not quite sold on what their defense can do.
Man. Was it
Right.
their wide receiver there?
Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Unbelievable. 52 points in fantasy. Unbelievable.
I can't decide what's on your shirt. Is that Chewbacca?
No, that's Muhammad Ali and Smoking Joe Frazier.
Are they together? Looking
They
like
are having a
Chewbacca?
boxing.
Oh, there's 2
they're having
faces.
a boxing Yeah, they're getting ready for a boxing match here.
All right.
And I think you can see it. Ali.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah.
I saw it the whole time. I just want to see it was. I think Seattle wins. I think they're on a heater. I think that it, and it's also a bit of a homer pick. So
I'll go with Seattle too. I think Seattle is going to come off and they're going to be rested. They're going to want this win. I mean, you just got 3 in a row. You're going to want this win against the Bengals, and especially don't let the Bengals get. But the thing is that you're going to have to stop. You got to stop that one wide receiver really, and just really make life
Seattle
difficult.
is one of the best secondaries in the league.
Yeah,
right now.
you have to make your life difficult. Is Adams playing? Yeah. All right, we'll see how this goes. What
I love.
So we're both about a
Seattle.
field goal.
Yeah.
Seattle.
Tight game. I love these international games because it's early windows, right?
Yeah.
I love waking up to football. It's the greatest thing.
That's right.
Ravens, Titans. Baltimore's given 4 points.
And deservedly so. Deservedly so. I think the Ravens win this all day. They're due. They're upset. They lost to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think so.
divisional game.
I think so too. I feel like this is the end for Derrick Henry.
We're watching that other side go off. Yeah.
In real time.
I mean, it happens to the best of them.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Father Time's undefeated.
Yeah.
It's not a knock on the guy. It's not that he's not
and just think
prepared.
about how long we'll be talking
It's
about him.
not. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like in all the years he's produced 2,000-yard seasons or 1,800-yard seasons, like all those things, fantastic running back, first ballot Hall of Famer, all those things. I think you are seeing this is the year where there's a slip.
And this is what I keep talking about with the running back position. It's just very limited time of play.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and you say they are as valuable as ever. The problem is that the longevity is so short.
Absolutely. So you got to pay them right in the beginning. I mean, that's the way I look at it, but that's just me. All right, let's keep going.
Falcons Commanders, Atlanta given 2.5 in Atlanta. So essentially it's coin flip.
Yeah, I say it's going to be decided again by a field goal. And, man, I want to say that the Falcons... Maybe they're a little bit more together after that win against Houston.
Maybe. I think that Ron Rivera just doesn't want to coach. He just feels so...
It seems weird. Like, he is not making the calls that he would... Like, it's not Riverboat Ron after
No. Right, but even did you see when he came out of... I don't know if you saw it. When he came out of the locker room, his team was down, like, whatever, 20 or whatever they were. And on Thursday night, and they're like, what'd you tell your team? He's like, I didn't tell them nothing. I'll let them talk to each other and figure it out. It's just like... You say nothing to your team? Come on, Ron.
It's going to be,
disenchanted Ron.
Yeah. I think the Falcons win. I don't think it's big. I think it's a field goal as well. I mean, unfortunately.
It's a one-score game for sure.
Yeah.
Staying in a division rivalry, we go Colts and Jaguars. Jacksonville given 4 points.
All right. So here's something to note. Last season, you know when Jacksonville's great winning streak came out? After they went to London. What just happened? They went to London. They won 2 games.
Okay. Yeah, I'll buy it. No Anthony Richardson for the Colts?
No. I mean, good for you, Minshew. You're going to have to now play the Prince.
Yep.
And that Jaguars defense is no joke.
Yeah, it's fiery.
It is no joke. Like, if you get all the pieces going on, this is a very dangerous team.
Yeah.
That Jaguars team is dangerous. I'm saying it's going to be at least a 1-touchdown game. I see that.
Yep.
What's the point spread on that?
4.
I'm within.
Panthers are visiting Dolphins, Miami, with a 13.5 point spread.
Come on. Give me
the Dolphins in the over.
And I'll take it exactly like 2 more scores over that. Like
Panthers are just terrible.
It's so sad. It's so sad. And again, I think the Panthers are another one of those teams that should probably have the red rifle going out there and starting for them and let Bryce Young just rest and relax on the sideline. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah,
just learn. You know,
the 1-4 bowl is next. The Vikings and the Bears. Minnesota.
So this is what I'm talking about. Is it a rivalry game? Justin Fields, did he do enough to come out there and win this game? He's looked good for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think the Bears win. I mean, it's in Chicago.
What's a point spread on that?
Minnesota's given 2.5, but it's in
Minnesota. Wow. I am taking the opposite on that. A field goal by the Bears.
Yeah, give me the Bears.
Yeah.
We go. The 49ers are traveling to the East Coast to take on the Brownies and given 5.5 points for their troubles.
If you have who's given 5.5 points? Niners?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Come on now.
That sounds about right. So if you had Nick Chubb, this is a different kind of game. But you don't.
Yeah.
So 5.5 sounds fair.
If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, Sean.
That's exactly it. So I think the Niners win big here. The Niners win big. It's sad to say.
That Browns defense, as good as they're
great.
Appear to be.
Yeah. But you're not going to.
What do they have for the?
That's it.
What do they have for
Cooper,
that? What do they have for the 49ers offense though?
They have so many weapons. Deebo Samuel.
I'm saying, what does the Browns defense have for the 49ers offense?
There's too much.
Right?
You're going to be so stretched. You're going to be so stretched.
As good as the Browns defense is on paper,
you're going to be so stretched.
They don't have it.
Who do you defend against? You defend against a run. Now all of a sudden you go to
But they run that motion.
Exactly. So now you don't know what to defend. Yeah. And then George Kittle just proved to be a viable option again.
Yeah. And then if all that fails, you still have CMC coming on the backfield. Stupid.
Went right up my nose.
First day without the nipple.
That's it.
In other news, the Saints are traveling the short road over to Houston, take on the Texans.
This could be a great game.
New Orleans is favored by 1.5 for their trouble.
1.5. This is gonna be a great game.
Yeah.
Give me the Texans.
Yeah, I think so too. Man, I hate that we're agreeing so much, but here we are.
Give me the Texans.
And then, I don't know what else to say about that other than give us Houston. And then I would say the next game we got is New England is going to Las Vegas. The old Belichick, Josh McDaniels Bowl.
Wow. So
Las Vegas is favored by 3. He has given up 3 points, but I would say that that's too short. I think the Raiders went by 10.
interesting. I think this is
Not because they're talented.
this is a come to Jesus moment right now for Mac Jones.
Yeah.
I think so. You need this win.
I think New
be
England
relevant.
needs this win. I don't necessarily think it's Mac Jones that needs it, but I think
Yeah.
New England needs the win.
Give me
I
the
agree.
Patriots by a field goal.
Okay.
I think they fight hard enough.
Okay.
I'm not trying to say anything about the Raiders, but the problem is that quarterback solution over there is not the solution.
Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo's terrible. They should
Yeah.
be starting Adrian Connell anyway.
Yeah.
Lions and Buccaneers, which I think is another fantastic game.
Fantastic.
Going
game.
into Tampa Bay. Detroit's got Detroit's favored by is given 3 points on the road.
Wow.
Imagine that.
And I think, wow. I love to see what kind of Baker Mayfield we see going out there because they had the bye week as well.
Yeah. Oh man, he was on College Game Day because they was the Red River rivalry, right? The Texas Oklahoma
Yeah.
thing. Man, he was going at it with them boys from the set of College Game, but he was talking shit to the other players, and the fans, and just horns down, and all kinds of.
Dude.
Man, I love me some Baker all of a sudden.
I'm going to say right now, though, I think that this is Detroit's to lose. This is Detroit's to lose.
It'll be interesting to see because their defense has been markedly better this year than it was
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
And that's got to hold up.
That's it. But the thing is, I mean, if Baker can get a hold of Godwin and Evans a few times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That defense has to hold up
Yeah. Yeah.
because Tampa's defense is really good.
They are. It's
And so if they can, if Tampa's defense can hold, Detroit to 24, 28 points, right? Tampa's in that 35 window.
That's it. It's one that Tampa could definitely win.
Yep,
But
it's a tight one. Give me Tampa.
I'm gonna go with Detroit.
Okay.
Detroit by 3. All
I
right.
knew it. I didn't want Tampa, but I gotta get off. I gotta get off the snow. Cardinals Ram in a snoozer bowl.
Oh my goodness.
Cooper Kupp is back, which is interesting.
Give me the Rams.
Yeah, they're given 7, so
All right.
I don't even know what you can say about that.
Give me the Rams by 7. That's it. It's like,
In LA.
yeah.
Thank God it's a late game. No one's gonna watch anyway. Eagles Jets. Philly only favored by 7 points in this game, and it's in New Jersey.
Wow.
So
You know what? I think the Eagles are due for an upset. I think they're due.
do you think it's gonna be against the Jets though?
Why not?
Take it.
I don't see why not. That defense can hold on, and if Zach Wilson can play well enough, why not?
He's been playing well enough.
That's exactly it.
He's not turning the ball over. That defense is really good. I see the case you're making. I'm still going Eagles. 'Cause I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
But good for you.
Let's do it.
Okay. Sean takes the Jets in a bold move. And maybe the biggest point spread of the Sunday night window, the Giants and the Bills,
Bill's got to get it right.
14-point window.
Yeah, Bill's got to get it right. It is going to be a trouncing. They're upset. They're gonna take it out. They're gonna take all their pain and frustration out to the New York
Danny
Giants.
Dimes into Danny Nichols.
It is just going to be, and Brian Dable be damned. Josh Allen's going to have a game. It's like, yeah.
Better hope the weather cooperates. Then on Monday Night Snooze Fest, we got the Cowboys and the Chargers. Dallas somehow giving 2 points, even though they're going to be in Los Angeles. I have the Chargers big in this one. I don't see how. I think Justin Herbert throws all over the Cowboys.
I think it's about time, right?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't think that Dak.
Is Diggs still out?
Yeah. He tore his Achilles. He's out till next year.
Oh, there you go.
He's not walking back through that door this year.
Yeah, give me that. I agree with you too. I'm
Chargers
going with the
all
as
day.
well. I mean, I'm sorry, you throw 3 picks, but watch Dak now. All of a sudden, I'm gonna have the game of my life. It's like
Why?
because
He's
he
never
can do
done
it.
on prime
He
time.
can do it.
Win on prime time. Win.
Oh, well, this is interesting.
The only thing he's ever
That's
done on
true.
prime time is snap his ankle in half.
Okay, all right. Point taken. Well, that brings us to the end of our Week 6 predictions here, which was, I mean, great. There was a lot of parity that we had between each other as far as same picks, but we differed in areas there
That's
too.
what parity is.
Yes, very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
You know what happened this week?
Specifically?
Yeah, a certain sports league has started today as we speak.
Yeah, NBA tipped off.
Well, that's preseason, my friend. That's
that still counts.
That's not regular season.
Still counts.
Yeah, that's not regular season. We have the NHL.
It's like the missionary position. You're
that
welcome.
has started out, and look at this! Wow!
Does Bing tell you what the scores are already?
Oh my goodness! Chicago Blackhawks.
Sorry, the who?
The Blackhawks have won their first game. Connor Bedard had 5 shots, 1 assist.
They scored goals.
They remember when I said the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to have a really hard time this year?
Yeah, I did remember you saying that.
4-2 Chicago. 4-2 Chicago. Great game. So we had Chicago, we had Tampa Bay and Nashville. And Tampa Bay won that one. And just speaking about Tampa Bay, so you heard the news about Andrei Vasilevsky gone for 2 months.
I can't even spell Vasilevsky.
Best goaltender right now in the NHL.
Oh.
Gone for 2 months. So people are of course freaking out in Tampa because it's like, what are you supposed to do? He's gone till Christmas.
Yeah.
And so we're talking about this here. They go out and they win their first game. That's what they do. That's nothing but that. You know, it's like, let's go win that game. I believe that we are looking at the last game being the Kraken against Vegas.
Yep.
It's already 1-0 Vegas right now as we speak.
Spoiler alert.
As we speak right now, we still don't know. Anyways, what's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts? Connor Bedard comes out, 5 shots, 1 assist. I feel like he's trying to get that goal as quickly as possible in his rookie campaign.
I think that there is a lot of pressure on that kid. I think there was a lot of press already, and I think you're right. I think that there's too much maybe isn't the right word. There's a lot of pressure on him from himself, and I think from other sources to get that goal.
Well, think about it. It's like Austin Matthews, his first game, he comes out there, he scores 4 goals, right? In a losing cause in his first game, but 4 goals.
Because he plays for?
The Maple Leafs.
Okay.
Yeah. Connor McDavid, his first season, he comes out, he gets injured halfway through, he's out.
First game?
No, halfway through, he had like a few points there. But he's out. And we don't really get to know what he's all about until next season. And so now with this kid, Connor Bedard, I mean, you know, they're trying to make some signings to put some grit along with him, with a little bit of... There's not too many finesse guys over there. I mean, Chicago was on a rebuild. 5 shots to 1 net. It's quite a bit in your first game. And, you know, I just hope he doesn't get shell shocked. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a goal yet. I I hope he doesn't.
You got a point, though.
You got a point, and that's the way you got to look at it.
Yeah. This isn't his first time in the spotlight.
No, I mean he was in the World Juniors last year.
He's had plenty of pressure.
Exactly. I mean that's what
game
happens. Exactly. Now next week we have Toronto, Montreal starting off there, and a few other teams going at it. But you know, I'm interested to see what the Leafs look like. Leafs first time ever has
they have ice skates on and blue jerseys.
Well, this is the first time that they look like a playoff team going in to a regular season. Like they have so much grit on this team. Their defense is more bumped up.
How do you know that they haven't played a game yet?
Because when you have Ryan Reeves, you better be scared. You better be terrified out there. Because that man is looking to grab you and do one thing, and that's inflict pain. So just remember that. This is not the same old flashy, finessey Leafs. This is a team with a little grit, a little sandpaper. They are going to make it hard on these opponents, and I just can't wait to see that. You know? We keep making fun of them about their hair product and everything. Maybe what we need is a little bit of grit, a little bit of sandpaper. Make you feel it when you go into the corners. You know, you better feel like you're going in there.
Is that why you didn't comb your beard today?
That's exactly it. This is in honor of that. That's it.
So what's the over-under for Leafs wins this year? How many games are there?
I think Leafs take the Atlantic. There's 82 games. I think the Leafs take the Atlantic. I think that they have 108 points.
Okay. How many wins though?
108 points. I'll say 45 wins.
So like they're barely 500.
No, because that means that your overtime losses count as well.
Yeah.
So.
That's right, because you don't play with the King's English, you play with the Queen's math. Is that right?
That's exactly it. You got it. You got it. Hey, having said all that, I mean, I think we've actually come to the end of our show there. So what happens at the end of our show here?
Usually we play a little one-on-one.
We do.
We play a little one-on-one?
I would.
Are you sure?
You've been witty today, Brad. I got my little jabs in, but you've been witty. I mean, right now this is just gonna see who's gonna end up winning the title.
I think we know. You want to go first this time?
Sure. Yeah. Usually I actually do it last, and it sucks, right? So okay. So I see how much you studied for the NHL there, starting off.
More than I ever have before.
Have you? You picked up a little thing that actually, quite honestly, you did speak about Connor Bedard very, very smartly. I will ask you.
Did you know that his idol growing up is the kid that plays on the Penguins right now?
Sidney Crosby?
Sidney Crosby.
And it's interesting that they're starting the game.
They started, yeah. Well, I think they probably scheduled it that way, but like,
absolutely.
I wonder if that played into how Kamina couldn't score a goal. I wonder if he had a little bit of awe, right?
Yeah.
The first time you on
a little
ice,
starstruck.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
You're on the ice with your idol, and I wonder if that played into it.
I mean, maybe. I mean, they still won the game, so I mean, at the end of the day, it's great.
You give me a point and a win.
Yeah.
The goal's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is exactly it.
Anyway.
Having said that, would you want to have a Gordie Howe hat trick? Either you do it or somebody does it to you. What's worse?
I don't know what a Gordie Howe hat trick is, and I'm scared to ask.
All right. Good. I'm glad you
Does
asked.
it involve bodily fluids?
No.
Okay.
But it does involve physical contact. So you got to score one goal in a game.
Okay.
You got to give somebody an elbow in a game.
Oh.
And you got to get into one fight in a game.
Oh, I'd rather give a Gordie Howe. It's easy.
Give the Gordie Howe and not get it, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Who would you give it to?
You. If I'm ever going to play hockey, I'm going to play hockey against you. We're like, that's a no-brainer.
I better watch out.
These pointy elbows.
I know. I'm noticing those right now. I'm noticing those.
I'm wearing no pads on these elbows.
All right. You got a question for me?
Well, what would be the best taco you've ever had?
Taco?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I've had plenty of tacos, Brad.
I know.
Plenty. I've never really rated my tacos. I will say the best.
There's not one that you like when you're hungry, you fall asleep at night thinking about.
Yeah, there. I mean, there's okay. So my number one has to be the taco El Pastor. Mm-hmm. Love those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so good. The next one is of course the fish taco. I love fish tacos.
Okay.
I love fish tacos. There is something about the tartar and everything just going all in there. The coleslaw with the fish.
Yeah, you put the tartar on the fish tacos?
I love it. Oh,
see, I like the coleslaw and like the mango salsa.
The mango salsa is great too. That is a great pick on that.
Instead of the tartar sauce. I don't necessarily go tartar on my fish tacos.
You know, well, tartar is kind of like if you want that British kind of feel along with. Yeah.
More traditional.
You could put it onto a newspaper even and just go that way.
Yeah, that's just fish and chips.
Well, I mean, it's still a taco, so you know. Could it be a gordita then at that point?
They're the same ingredients.
You know, yeah, you just deep fry it. Just, oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, I'm very hungry now.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Shut up.
With that, we'd like to encourage you to be good or be good at it. Till next time.
Righto.